Well, good day everyone. Okay, I've made a major blunder. And, yeah. I should have realised it because it just didn't look right, and I was checking the length at the front and, yeah, that was all within where it was supposed to be, but it just didn't look right. And it didn't actually occur to me what was wrong. Somehow, I've got the distance between the spring mounts out by a lot, like nearly a foot. I don't know how I managed that, but anyway, I did. Yeah, this is, I have short-term memory issues. I had a major car accident 20 years back. And, yeah, this is part of why I'm on a pension and why I don't work full-time. Yeah, because things like this do sort of seem to happen regularly with me. I measure things and then I go and write down the wrong measurement. And yeah. But anyway, yeah, as I said, this is part of why I don't work full-time. I have other injuries, but yeah, you can't be making mistakes like this when people are paying you the going hourly rate, So, but anyway, it's not that major when I'm building my own things, I've got plenty of time. So, but yeah, I thought about cutting those arms off. See, both of them out because this here is where the axle was supposed to be. So to go with the original specs, I would have to cut both of them, all of the arms off and start again. I'm not about to do that. So, yeah, so the axle was actually, I'm going to leave these front ones on. So the axle is about 100mm, 4 inches further forward. But, given I've got a whole metre of drawbar before the load starts, so we're still, well within the 2/3 range, and so I've got no concerns about it not towing straight or anything like that. I did consider, as it for a minute, cutting these two end pieces off, and well, too much work cutting through all them big welds and grinding them all off and then redoing all those welds again. No. So what I've come up with, I've measured the distance from the end here to the centre, and I measured, this is the correct measurement, this is where the shackles line up. So I measured forward from there, 140, which is this distance here. So I'm going to cut that off now, turn it round, and just weld it back on. So then I've only got the one weld to do. And yeah, of course I'm going to have to take it back off the wheels to back up. Get my other two heavy beams out to sit it on, etc. And remeasure and line it all up correctly. And they go and measure them. Because I'm going to be grinding this, this is what I did up the front here. Because as I mentioned in other videos, I joined that, I didn't have a piece long enough. But if you're going to grind it back, especially on something structural, you've got to make absolutely sure that this weld is penetrating right through, even thicker than, the original metal. So when I join it back together, you'll see I've got a millimetre gap there. That's the, the thickness of the cutting blade. So when I rejoin it, I'm going to leave that gap in there. I'll turn my welder up to full blast, and like I'll start welding and I'll get to about there and it'll blow a hole. So yeah, I'll be sort of weld along, stop, wait for it to go from white hot back to red, and or yeah, then do a bit more, because I'll tackle the corners and everything first and brace it. But yeah, that's how I know, like, it's penetrating through. If you get to, go far and you blow a hole in it, well then you know you're getting good penetration. So that's how I'll weld it now. I'll do it, roughly 1 centimetre at a time. Yeah, anyway, not what I had planned for this stage, and I really should have rechecked all my measurements before I got this far, before I fully welded all this. And yeah, as I said, I was expected to have it sitting on its wheels by now and be putting the jockey wheel on and the toe tongue or toe coupling plate. But anyway, them's the brakes. Shit happens. Happens to me anyway. Yeah. So yeah, if you're doing something like this and you make a major boo-boo, it's not the end of the world. Cut it off, do it again. Find the easy way to do it. And this is why I prefer to work with steel. Like if this had been something made out of timber, I'd be throwing timber away, wasting money, because you can't just weld it up and clean it up and make it look like there was never a mistake. Anyway, thanks for listening to my random, and yeah, hit the like, please. Okay, bye.